As a small biz pro, I saw we roll, using procurement, program and control. As a small biz pro, I saw we grow, using procurement, program and control. I'm a businessman, yes I'm an entrepreneur. Oh yeah, I'm a businessman, yes I'm an entrepreneur. Oh yeah, I'm a businessman, yes I'm an entrepreneur.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is the Business Zone with
Crystal
and Gilbert Buchanan, your small business paramedic. And today, Crystal, we're going to have a fantastic show. We got an amazing guest waiting in the background. But, Crystal, you tell me what has been going on this week? What's going on out there
Oh my
in the
God, this week
stratosphere?
was I just felt like Gilbert, I have worked so hard. I can't even remember Monday. It's just like every day. Only thing I do remember about Monday and Tuesday, those were the days we were waiting for um the announcement of the verdict. So we
Yes.
kind of was focused in that. So we heard some good things about the verdict.
Yeah.
And now we just got to see how that's going to really pan out in the real life. 'Cause
You, you,
that's
you know what I was thinking, though, Crystal?
what's
I
that?
think I think what they're doing, they're throwing us a bone. That's what they're doing. Because remember back in the 80s, 90s, 97, somewhere around there, when OJ was involved in his case, right? And
Right.
he was acquitted.
Yes.
That was a bone they threw us to say, okay, we just want to let you guys know that black people can still get some kind of fair uh, verdict, right?
I agree.
And that went on for years. And since then, we haven't had another verdict in our favor. So now this one is there. You see what I'm saying? Now, with the George Floyd, we got another verdict that shows accountability in our favor. So I'm wondering, do we have to wait another decade or longer to get another fair verdict? Is that what we're gonna have to do?
It sounds like that how as well, and it does sound like Tanya. I just want you to know you're in the green room, but you're on, so we'll bring you on in about 15 minutes, in about 10 minutes, okay? But I see you. Hello. I think you may be right, Gilbert. I think that one we still first of all, there's so many things, right? So first thing is he is um he is in a secure wherever for the next 6 weeks. Yes, he got consecutively the 40 to 25 and the 10 year.
Uh-huh.
It's just we still got to see where how many years he actually going to get when they
Right,
finish this, when the sentencing actually. So
right.
am I'm praying because I
Mm-hmm.
think the same thing is going to go down if he doesn't get that.
Yes.
Um, but I'm hoping with all my heart that this
Yeah.
man gets at least 40 plus years, because there's no question about the fact that he was guilty is all sin.
Right.
But I'm still thinking that, we live in this Americas, and this Americas is something else.
Yeah. And see, the thing about this, why I'm so skeptical about this whole thing, right? Even though he was found guilty, the very same day or during the same trial period, cops were still killing black people.
they
So so it's like
the
they're
day
not
before,
learning.
the day of, the day
Yeah.
after is like,
After,
what the
yeah,
hell?
yeah. So it's like they're not really learning anything from this does nothing to really put put them in a pause mode. So that's my concern right there. And when folks like LeBron James speaks up about it, they're trying to chastise him in the media. And all he was saying is, hey, accountability, man, accountability. When you do things, you got to be held accountable. When your behavior is sketchy, when it's sketchy
Right.
and people have to think and wonder what was your motive for doing those things, then you need to be held accountable.
You have to be held accountable, and because it's so obvious what went down, um and what is continuing to go down, I happen to see it's just amazing. I mean, even when we were looking at the video, they were still trying to say, oh, he died because of a heart attack, and he died because of asphyxiation, and he died because of this, and he died because of that, as opposed to the
Ridiculous.
fact that you put your knee on this man's neck,
Yeah.
and by you doing that, then this is the problem. This is the result of that. The man died. So it didn't really matter what the hell happened in
Yeah.
between and all that sort of stuff. So that's my concern. They take the information and they turn it upside down and around the
Yeah.
corner, and
Yeah.
it's just too much. So I'm praying with everything I have that this man gets the time. But then again, what about the white? What about the other young man? It was a
Right.
girl, and there's some other stuff. And then there was the young man, the army lieutenant that the
Yeah.
cops pull over. So my question is this: in addition to all of this going on, right?
Mm-hmm.
There was the anti-hate Asian campaign going on, and so
Yeah.
a bill was passed as well on Monday,
Mm-hmm.
94-6. So that's basically unanimously, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I want a bill that says anti-kill black people,
Yeah.
anti-hate black people.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to see some legislation changed.
Yeah.
I want to see some bills enacted. I want to see that there's something more active than us going into court. They take you through this charade of stuff, and even on the backside of that, they try to make you think your eyes, as my brother-in-law says, your lying eyes didn't see what your lying eyes saw.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
Right? So this is what I want to see. We're in a very pivotal point, I believe, in America, and
Yeah.
that this is not going to go away until it's addressed.
I just think that, they try to appease us every 10 years by throwing us a bone. And I'm kind of sick of that. And, I kind of blame a lot of those people in Congress also because they just do the status quo. They run up their mouth, when there's a mass shooting, they'll run up their mouth. They talk some stuff, but nothing really get enacted. And then, as soon as you hear some activities with black people involved, then the blacks are really the quick scapegoat for them. So I don't know. I just don't
I'm
understand
with you.
anymore.
I'm with you on that. But I do think, yeah, we there's like an appeasement, but I don't want to be
Yeah,
appeased anymore. I'm tired of
right.
turning.
Exactly.
I'm
Exactly.
tired.
Just
I
show
want.
show me something. Show me some results. I don't want to hear them talking about it anymore. We need to do this. Yeah, we knew this for 400 years now that you need to do something. Just
Mm-hmm.
do it. Do it. That's what we want.
That's what we want. We just
And
want it
and
to be done.
and the thing is that really bothers me about this is everything that's happening, Crystal, everything is systemic. It has to do with economics. It has to do with learning. It has to do with housing. It has to do with small business ownership, small business lending. All of those things are part of that, and it's systemic. And a lot of players who are involved in this, they're defending the systemic corruption, not really looking into it because it doesn't really affect them directly, or some of them are affected, but they don't even know they're affected by that stuff. So that's the kind of thing we want to see. See some change. Give us some change. You talk about reparation. If you want to do reparation, show us some change. Give us some opportunities. Put us in positions where we don't have to deal with these things anymore. And that's my little soapbox for today.
Right, because you're absolutely right. Today, the month of April was all about financial literacy, and today we have Tanya Mackey on, and she's going to be talking about the pathway to wealth, and that women, have worthy of wealth. But us as black people, because of exactly that long list that you recited right there, everything is affected by racism. everything. So our
Mm-hmm.
road to to wealth, it gets stopped. It gets stunted because someone is controlling externally, preventing us from doing what we want to do, right? So if we want
Mm-hmm.
to become wealthy, and there's limits on, you make the real estate so darn expensive that nobody can afford it. You block the airways or the pathways to get there, just like they did after Black Wall Street, after Black Wall Street was destroyed, then you limit. But I was reading somewhere recently, there's two statements that that really struck me this week. One was from D.L. Hughley,
Mm-hmm.
and he said that, and he was talking about the police department, and he says that if you have a tree and that tree has been eaten up by either disease or termites from the
Mm-hmm.
inside out,
Mm-hmm.
then whatever is growing on the outside is going to be limited, right?
Right, right,
So you may have a few green little leaves, but ultimately the tree is dying.
right,
So he says, so yeah, there are some good police officers, and then there's definitely some bad police officers. But if the good police officers can't control or prevent the bad police officers from murdering anybody, which means that the core is corrupted, right?
right, right,
So in order for it to be for it to work, you have to just and this is the same thing in a garden. If one of my plants get diseased and it's in with all the other plants, then I'm going to have to take that plant out
right.
because it's going to infect the rest of my crop,
It will. It certainly
right?
will. Yeah,
And if I don't catch it, then it's
yeah.
going to ruin the whole entire crop, right?
Exactly, exactly.
And that's where we are with the police department. Yes, there are good police officers out there, but
Yeah,
if good police officers can't stop the bad police officers,
right.
then they all bad.
And it's counterproductive, and
It's
it's never going to help.
counterproductive, right?
And here's the thing that I don't understand. When there's bad things going on one side, that bad things that people think is not affecting them is going to affect them indirectly anyway, because if the people who are directly affected by this are not being able to flourish, then the effects of those bad results are going to permeate back up on the other side where good stuff are happening. And
Exactly.
that's what I don't understand. It's like you're cooking some food, like certain food you cook, right? Like
Uh-huh.
like chitlins, for example.
Oh
when you
yeah.
when you cook certain food and it has a certain smell to you, a certain
Oh
fragrance,
yeah.
a certain odor, right? Even though the intentions is good and the people cooking it, they're thinking good things, good family and all, that smell is going back over there and affecting all of them and the environment that they're in. So they got to look at those metaphors. They got to look at those things.
They have to look at those metaphors because those that makes sense, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
so you have to look at it. And so that was one thing, and that really resonated me, and I posted that on my Facebook page this
yeah,
week. But also another thing, I'm reading a book called The Sum of Us,
yeah,
and basically, the young lady is stating that poverty and racism affects not just black people,
right,
right? Because if you start squishing programs and Social Security and Medicare and pathways, anybody that is in the poverty level, everybody's going to be affected by that, right?
exactly,
And
exactly.
look at all of the money. This is the thing that baffles me. So we as taxpayers are and when they pay out to the families as a result of you killing their loved one, and they're
Yeah,
sitting giving you millions and millions and millions of dollars. Who's
right.
who's paying that,
See, there we
right?
go.
And
Yeah,
it Right. And it's not the rich people because they got all the tax cuts and they're going to
Right.
make sure that they're not. So that means the middle class is paying for all of these. So
Exactly.
right now, it's like we'd rather pay this out than just make this adjustment. Just like eradicate racism and
Yeah.
let everybody do what they need to do. But in
You're
this
right.
book, I'm reading The Sum of Us, she indicates that so two things. When black people think about creating wealth, we're not thinking about taking wealth away from anybody else, right? We're just thinking about changing our personal situations and creating a better life for our families. But
Yes.
she says in Anglo America, they feel if we become wealthy,
Yeah.
then that means you're going to be taking wealth from them.
Which is ridiculous. Which is
And
so
that's why they're
ridiculous.
fighting so hard. And so, I don't know how I do know how we fix it. We have to come to a place where we have to eliminate racism in this country. But I don't the steps and how we do that. I don't know, but I do know that there needs to be um, policies and legislation in place that deal with the hate crimes, that deal with anti-black, and not us lumped together with everybody. It
Yeah.
needs to be very specific. This, and if that means every group that got to do it,
Yeah.
we have the AAPI, the Asian American Asian and Pacific Islanders.
Pacific
They have a
Islander.
campaign. Pacific Island. They
Yeah.
have a campaign. Then we need to have a campaign for the Latino and Hispanic population. Then we got to have a separate campaign for Black folks. If that's the way we have to do it, then that's the way. But we can't lump it in where everybody is in one big pot, and then you decide who that really refers to.
You know what I think about all the time? I see these types of things going on, Crystal. You remember the song by the OJs? The OJs, the
Mm-hmm.
song that says, "We're all in this thing together. We gotta
Yeah.
work it out. Yes, we gotta work it out." Then they said, "Not because you live high on the hill and I live down here on the ground. All the thing that's affecting me will affect you too. Indirectly affects you, whether you know it or not. We're all in this thing together." That's what I'm talking about. See, they think that it's not going to affect them directly, but it's affecting
Mm-hmm.
them indirectly. And an example of that is we're talking about minimum wage right now. Okay, we're talking about, moving it to $15, for example.
Right.
Most of those folks want to keep it at 750. Now, how can a person run and maintain their family on 750 an hour? It's ridiculous. So if they can't maintain their family with 750 an hour, that means people are going to start missing time from work. They have to take their kids to the doctors and all of that. Who is it going to affect? It's going to affect them, but it's also going to affect the employers. You see what I mean?
Right.
So they're
And it's
saying,
also crime
yeah,
rates are going to go up because people get
exactly.
desperate and they need
Yes,
what they need when they need. So now
exactly.
crime rates goes up. So that just doesn't affect us. That affects everybody.
Right.
You're absolutely right.
So that's why I don't get why people are trying to separate themselves and go, "Oh no, we can't afford to give them $15 minimum wage." Right now, all of my people who work with me, Crystal, all the people who work for me, I pay them above the minimum wage.
Right.
I'll pay them anywhere from $15 up. And the reason
Mm-hmm.
I want to do that, one, I'll get better quality people working for
Mm-hmm.
me. Two, I'll get people
Mm-hmm.
who tend to be a little bit more committed, because if this is above the minimum, then they don't want to lose that. So they're going to do everything they can to keep and maintain that. Now they're going to be an ambassador for my business, so they're going to try to do their best.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying, that it
Yeah.
affects you indirectly even though you think it's not. So by keeping
Right.
someone
Exactly.
at this, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead,
And
Chris.
look what's happening in the bill that there was the announcement they want hazard pay, and especially in the state of California for those that are worked on the front line
Right.
during COVID, right?
Right, right.
And so there are literally stores like Ralph that's closing because they don't want to pay hazard pay.
It's
But
ridiculous.
at one point, the supermarkets were the only ones. The supermarket and Home Depot were the only people making money.
Yes.
during the COVID, during the first
Yes.
part of COVID, when we couldn't go anywhere, but we
Yes.
had to eat, and where were we going? So you're literally saying you've made billions of dollars because
Yes.
you're the one group that actually, you're the one several stores that actually
Hmm.
worked during this
Right.
time and
Right.
made money, and that COVID was good for your bank account.
Yes.
But you can't pass any of that on to the
That's
people that were on the front line.
That's exactly my point, man. So, all of these talk that they're talking, that's why I say, show me. Don't tell me, show me. Just just show me what is it you're doing? How are you doing it to help people? Because it is so, you remember when the George Floyd protest started in May of last year? All of a
Yeah.
sudden, all of these big corporations, big business, oh, we're here to support blacks. We're gonna give 100 million to help blacks. We're gonna do this. Do you hear them talking about that now?
Oh,
No,
no.
because it was just a trend. That was the flavor of the month at the time. You see what
All
I
right.
mean?
Now,
So,
now we're losing our flavor because another
yeah,
flavor came in. So
exactly.
it's just crazy. But for those of you who just tuned in, you are tuned into the Business Zone with Crystal and Gilbert, and obviously we were on a little tirade right now because this week was that kind of week. We're asking that you go over to our YouTube channel and subscribe. Very important, so that we can grow our channel. We've been on the air. This year will be in July, very soon. We will be on the air for 5 years, so we want to really start growing our channel. So go on over to YouTube right now, right this minute. You can see the show actually over there. If you're on Facebook, you can just jump right over to YouTube, hit the subscribe button and the little notification bell. And every Friday at 3 o'clock, we will be here, and then you will get early notification that we're here. Also, for our people that are watching on Facebook and YouTube, welcome. We're glad to have you. And I bet you guys didn't know my co-host is a recording artist, and that he has some skill sets. So y'all heard a little bit of it just now when he was singing. But you can also go to YouTube and go find Gilly Buchanan, and you can hear him doing his thing. He's not
Thank-
just the small business mechanic. He got some skills.
Thank you, co-host. Thank you. See, this is that multiple stream of revenues that we're talking about, Crystal.
It is. And we're not one dimensional people. We're not just about business. We have fun too.
We gotta have multiple streams of revenue. And today's show, just in case you guys came in late, you don't know what the title of the show is. It's called Women Worthy of Wealth. That's the title of our show today. We got an amazing guest waiting in the background to start sharing her or trove of wisdom with all of you guys, so you guys can at least start helping yourself. What we notice out there right now is what they call economic deserts. Economic desert mean that we're out in the economy, we're out in the marketplace, but there's different types of deserts all over the place in terms of economic opportunities. They're far apart. When you're in the desert, you can't find water. That's what this is. Economic desert. So the opportunities are few and far between for small businesses, minorities, and all of that. So our very special guest today is going to talk a little bit about that, and I can't wait to have her on so she can share some
And
words of
and and
wisdom with
and,
us.
and Tanya Mackey, she didn't only teach it; she walks the walk. So
That's what I'm
she
talking
has
about.
accomplished so much on herself. So she listens to her own advice, which a lot of people don't.
Yeah, yeah.
And she's gonna talk to you about strategies and how to go about that. And hey, Alfred.
Hey, Alfred,
Um,
welcome to the Business Zone. Peggy Freeman, welcome to the Business Zone. Thank you so much.
we're glad to have you guys. So before we jump over to Miss Tanya, I'm going to introduce her, read her bio, but a quick little commercial about my new virtual receptionist. For those of you that heard us last week, actually, I'm just still excited about my receptionist. And Alfred, someone will be calling you and you, Gilbert, to help take you guys through the demo. So if you guys want to reach out and make an appointment with me, or get a copy of the latest episode of the Business Zone, or whatever you need from me, you can call me at 213-458-5952. And my new virtual receptionist that is making my life operate in a much more peaceful way. She will make sure that you get connected to the right extension and send you the information that you need.
So
And
what is that number again, Crystal?
that number was 213
Uh-huh.
458
Mm-hmm.
5952.
Okay, I'll put that in the chat for you guys so you guys can reach out to Crystal. And I'm telling you, you are going to be blown away when you call this number. Unbelievable. I'm getting ready to start using this feature as well. So you guys check it out.
All righty. So with that, we're going to bring Miss Tanya on. With Tanya, you already have some fans out here waiting for you. They're saying you're absolutely phenomenal. So without further ado, we're going to bring the phenomenal woman into the show. Hello, Miss Tanya. How are you? I love the back.
Yeah, you see my new beach house?
Oh yeah. That's what wealth will do for you, Miss Mackey.
Right.
Welcome to the Business Zone.
Well, thank you too for having me. You guys are just so kind. We really need you in this community, I tell you. Thank you for having me as a guest. I love what you're doing.
Thank you so much. The same with you. Hey, Miss Tiffany. Bill, how are you?
Thank you, Tiffany.
Tanya is an accomplished, and I don't say these words lightly, is an accomplished entrepreneur, business executive, financial advisor, and she's the CEO of National Fringe Benefits, which is a 34-year-old full-service financial company. And she's built this company on the trust earned from her clients by matching their very unique needs with a mixture of financial products and services. Tanya she's received the Woman of the Year award. She has been involved in multi-million-dollar roundtables. She, as I said, Tanya walks the walk. And now she is helping other women. She has a program called Women Worthy of Wealth. She's helping women achieve wealth. And I'm sure she does the same thing for her male clients. And so with that, she values creating your estate and making sure you can pass a legacy of your wealth down to generation. And that's so important, that what you build, that you don't lose, because you haven't been the taken time to make sure that your family understands about the dollar. And so she teaches financial literacy, which is really important. And she's a proud alumni of UCLA, and she resides in Los Angeles with her wonderful husband, Jim, and her 3 children and 4 grandchildren. So welcome, Miss Tanya, my friend Tanya.
Right. Thank you.
So
I thought that I was going to talk more.
Tanya,
can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. What were you going to say, Crystal? Can I share my screen?
Whatever you want to talk about.
Okay, I want to share my screen.
Whatever you want to talk about. So go down to the little monitor.
I got it. You guys can see it. All right. Before I talk about the women worthy of wealth, I'm going to talk about. Let's talk about. This is Financial Literacy Month, right? Okay.
Yes, it is.
All right. So what is the definition of financial literacy? Let's get that straight first. That is the ability to make informed judgments and to take effective actions regarding the current and future use and management of money. It includes the ability to understand financial choices, plan for the future, spend wisely, and manage the challenges associated with life events such as a job loss, saving for retirement, or paying for a child's education. That's the definition. Because without this knowledge, people find themselves living from paycheck to paycheck with crushing debt and lacking the savings to rise above their financial circumstances or their current circumstances. But the good news is that if you become financial literate, you'll make better decisions regarding your finances, keeping more money in your pocket and enjoying the life that you deserve. And that's where Women Are Worthy of Wealth came from. Now let me get to, I have my camera. Let's just make it see you guys. Hold on one second. Okay. All right, great. So let me tell you a little bit about our Women Worthy of Wealth and how we got started. And yes, Gilbert, I do men. I have a women's club, but I would love to have a men's club as well, because I'm sure you guys would love the information that you're getting there. So, but let me tell you how it was founded. I've been in business for 38 years, company National Fringe Benefits. But how Women Worthy of Wealth was founded, it was founded last August, right in the middle of COVID. All right. And I belong to a mastermind group comprised of men and women, but the founder wanted me to do something special for women. So I did a one-time financial literacy workshop. And we had a boatload of fun. We were all cutting our teeth on Zoom. I didn't know what I was doing with Zoom. It was just all over the place. I was all over the place. Okay. You remember those days? I know you guys do, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, whoa, what is this Zoom stuff? So, but we had a great time. And the spirit in the air was hope. The women took away some great strategies on how to manage money. But after the meeting, the women said, okay, now what? You're going to leave us hanging? You know, what do we do now? What do we do next? And everybody wanted to continue. And that's how Women Worthy of Wealth was born. So I founded Women Worthy of Wealth, which was actually started off being Why Women, Why Now? And then we all voted on the name. And that's how we came up with Women Worthy of Wealth. And so, you know, when COVID came, I said, okay, oh, good. I'm just going to work with a few clients. I'm not going to do a whole lot of work. I'm just going to, coast. And little did I know, we have plans, but God has plans. You think you have your plan, and then God comes and he has another plan.
Yes,
so that's
bigger
exactly
plan.
what happened. So, I am grateful that God put other plans in my life, because through Women Worthy of Wealth, I'm fulfilling my purpose and my vision, which is to help women develop their dreams. I mean, that was my vision. That was my vision and mission 38 years ago. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go to that screen, because this is exactly what my vision was 30 years ago. Was to help my clients become financially secure, achieving their life goals and dreams. Our mission was for them to make better choices regarding their finances, bringing forth a more prosperous future, creating a financial legacy, generational wealth. So our kids don't have to start over and over again. Generational wealth is real big, and hopefully I can have a call just where we can talk about that. But having a sense of safety and relief, knowing you will never have to worry about money again. And this is the beginning. You will enjoy life to the fullest and enjoy the success you so richly deserve. So when God said, I'm not finished with you, you can't retire, Tanya, and he came up with Women Worthy of Wealth, I said, okay, all right, I got it. You just, you want me to continue in my ministry. And so I'm grateful for that. Our acronym is WOW, because we're the only game in town that's teaching women how to increase their net worth. See, your income has nothing to do with you being rich. Your income has nothing to do with you getting wealthy. It is your net worth. And that's whole nother segment that we'll do. But we teach women how to increase their net worth and have enough money to live the lifestyle they want, the lifestyle that they deserve. We are having so much fun. People say, Tanya, you make talking about money fun. Yeah, it can be fun. We took the fear out of understanding how money works. And that confidence is what's helping women rise above their financial situation. Because Men, women, all of us, we all want a life where we don't have to worry about money, right? We all want a life where we're building wealth because we deserve wealth. We all want to enjoy a dream retirement. We all want to have a rich and fulfilling life. That's what we want, we all want to live a legacy. So women worthy of wealth, oh boy network, watch out. That's what we tell those guys. Watch out.
But Tanya, I love the way you said, and this also is depicted in the Bible, that we deserve to be wealthy, right? Because a lot of us feel, that this is this is my station in life. If this is all that I have, maybe I'm not supposed to have anything more, and I should just not even try to go for more. So I love the way you are encouraging that you are just entitled as anyone else to be wealthy as well.
Well, I'm glad you said that, because I'm going to just skip over, because you guys are family, so you don't mind me skipping over.
No, do what you need to do.
Yeah, when you said that, it made me think. It made me, hold on one second, present. People always want to quote the Bible, what God thinks you're not supposed to be wealthy. Okay, here's all these scriptures right here that tell you that you are supposed to be wealthy, and the principles for financial success. I'm a woman of, I'm a woman of faith, so I believe pay God. And then pay myself. I mean, that's one of the principles. Pay yourself. There's a scripture, Malachi 3:7. Spend less than you earn. Avoid the use of credit cards. Build liquidity. All of this, set goals, create generational wealth. Give freely. Believe that God owns it all. So these are scriptures that are telling you, these are we deserve to be wealthy. You can't help anyone if you don't have any money. I mean, you can help them. I guess, give them, you guys can have a conversation, right? Hold on one second.
Right, but you can't, but even your family, if you don't have everybody's dream is to make sure that, let me back up. We all went to school so that we could create a better life for our children, right? Yeah. But if we are never in that position to do that, then we're not even fulfilling what we went to school for.
Exactly.
If we can't pay for our own bills and correct me if I'm wrong, Tanya, it's not just about having enough money to pay your bills, right?
Oh God. If you just have enough money to pay your bills, that's just enough. A flat tire can take your just enough to not enough.
I love that.
Yeah, your car breakdown, that your just enough is not enough anymore. We gotta stop thinking that. I can be here all day talking about that. No.
One crisis and you're done.
One thing happens and you're done. The refrigerator, the roof, you're done. We're supposed to have more than enough. We're supposed to be wealthy. We really are. And that's what we teach through our membership. We teach, and like I said, I wish, Gilbert, you get some guys together, because the ladies, they are kicking butts now. I thought they would, they might be in the chat, but they are like, whoa, because our membership is a community. Yes. It's a community which allows us to experience an amazing path to stay connected to like-minded women who choose, because everyone doesn't choose to educate themselves regarding wealth building concepts and strategies.
Right.
So one of the perks to being a member worthy of wealth through our community is that we're going to give you access to a wealth of knowledge and guidance that focus on creating a more prosperous future for your family. So we have our financial coaching, that is, you get personal hands-on service to help you develop a financial strategy. But more important, we help you to implement a financial strategy, because it's action. Knowledge is not power. It's applied knowledge that's power. You can have all the tools in the world. Why do you say spend less, than you earn. Well, that's common sense, right? You would think that. Okay.
Mhm.
But the next is we monitor your financial strategy to help keep you on track. And all of this is designed to address your unique financial situation. There's no one pill cures all. Then we have financial consulting. The financial consulting is a stated plan to help guide you through your investment strategy, personal financial consulting. We have, and it is so much fun. We're actually changing lives. Women are getting out of debt, paying off houses, sending kids to school. I mean, we are definitely changing lives. And then we have our newsletters. We send that out 2 to 3 times a week. And that's keeping you informed with resources needed to help you build wealth, to help you manage your money and plan for your legacy. As I said earlier, we're really, really big on generational wealth. Managing money is one of the most important skills that you will ever learn. Now, everybody likes a discount. Everybody wants to have some extra money, right? And that's our perks.
Right.
Our perks helps you stretch your paycheck. One of our things when we first started Why Women, Why Now, which turned into Women Worthy of Wealth, it was always how to have more money at the end of the month. Okay. I had to start with people on how to have more money at the end of the month. All right. And I teach you how to set up a spending account, and we go over how to create a budget. People say, I don't like budgets, but the way I show you, you'll love it because it teaches you how to do what you want to do, how to live the life you want. It doesn't keep you from doing something. It actually enhances what you can do. But one of our perks, and we had a member last month said she saved $300 and she saves about $100 a month. And we have exclusive discounts on hundreds of brands. It's packed with savings, updated daily. I bought my Lexus from our perks program. Okay.
Wow.
That's good to know.
Yes. They sent me to one of the vendors. I live closer to probably Lexus of Beverly Hills, but they sent me to one in Glendale that was part of the program, and I saved thousands of dollars, because why pay full price on goods and services for things that we spend our hard-earned money on? I mean, why do we pay full price? So we want to save thousands of dollars. I call it the latte factor. I think at Recycling Black Dollars, I did a presentation on the latte factor, things that you spend that you're not even thinking about. I'm going to give you a coffee here, and I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Well, $10 a day, and let's just say it's earning 10%, and that's not unrealistic.
Yeah.
In 15 years, that coffee under the latte factors cost you $128,000. Okay. In 30 years, guess how much it's cost you? Just $10 a day. So the stuff that we just throw out. It costs $678,000.
Wow.
Okay? So we teach you how to recognize what your latte factor is and how to adjust it and put money away so you can become wealthy. And you really can. It's really not that difficult.
So even Tanya, in this day and age, and I see so many testaments from I get the women in your program. Peggy says the group is invaluable. My husband and I are benefiting greatly. Melissa says the women worthy of wealth has been God sent for me. Thank you. So even in this time where during COVID, one can put themselves on the pathway to getting more control of their finances, and even though you have minimum finances, although, which is interesting, probably during COVID, people have had more money circulating through their bank account than ever before when it was pre-COVID. Would you agree?
That is so true.
Yes.
People have a lot more money. I would sit down with someone and I would say, okay, you need to save $300 a month. And they would swear up and down, I can't save no $300 a month. Whoa. And then when COVID came and and one person lost their job or they both, all of a sudden they were still able to pay their bills. They were still able to eat. So we have a lot more money than we think we have.
Yes.
We just need someone to sit down with us and show us where it is. It goes beyond the numbers.
Yes.
It goes really beyond the numbers. It has a lot to do with your psyche. 90% of it is in your mind. It really is. It gets really heavy. And a lot of the women worthy of wealth, what we do is teach you how to control your impulses. But you're right. Yes, Crystal, there's a ton of money that's probably just sitting around that you can't see it. It's there. You just can't. For instance, the latte factor. We never thought about, I mean, we would go out to eat breakfast and you buy this, you buy orange juice, you got orange juice at home, you buy coffee, you got coffee at home, but now when you don't have the money coming in, all of a sudden you think something differently.
Well, I know I saved tremendous amount of money on gas because now all of a sudden I was filling up my tank every 6 weeks versus every week. So the money in between that, I was able to throw that into the savings account. And, other dollars, the latte, I wasn't going out to buy coffee. I wasn't going out to eat, period. I was doing everything at home. So during this time, it's been a great time.
Right.
In order to save money.
And the latte doesn't have to be coffee. It can be magazines. When you check out of the when you check out the grocery store and you have magazines, it can be magazines. God forbid it could be cigarettes. It's a lot of it could be a lot of things that you're just not paying attention to. But at the end of the month, you wonder why you don't have any money at the end of the month. So we help you realize what those things are. I'm not against having fun. I'm just against not being financially free. There's a choice.
Right, exactly.
And
so what are some of the steps that you would say to what would be some of the steps you would for someone to get started? Like, even though we're still at the tail end of COVID, there's still lots of money flowing out there. If someone was to just say, okay, I am going to take control of my financial future, what would be some of the things that I would need to do?
Well, this is going to really, because we're going over here, I'm going to view present. Okay. Now, you're going to say, Tanya, okay, let me tell you the things that you can do. Pay yourself first before you pay anyone else. Make it automatic before it comes out. Pay yourself first, make it automatic, and there's a right. And I'm going to give you 13 things to do before I leave. But let me just tell you what the real thing is. The real thing is that you have to believe that wealth is possible. That's the first thing you have to do. People think that because you can attract money. I don't know if any of you, have you guys ever read the book Think and Grow Rich?
Yes.
Okay. There's if you go to YouTube, there's one called The Legacy. I mean, if you really, belief is 90% of your success. See, there's a strong link between our emotions and our financial success. Our values and our emotions will influence our financial decisions. Our financial traits and habits impact our finances. See, savings is not a mathematical problem. It is an emotional problem. In other words, money is more about the mind than it is the math. So let me give you an example. 90%, this wheel right here is called the wheel of emotions. 90% of the battle is in your mind. Financial success is influenced by personal psychology versus mathematical ability. So it's not enough to be the right person at the right time. You have to be the right person in the right place at the right time. Let me repeat that. It's not enough for you to be at the right place at the right time. Because you can have a whole lot of money. I'm fortunate enough, I'm getting referred to some athletes and stuff, and because they have all this money, all the principles in the world are not going to help you if you're not at the right person in the right place at the right time.
Place at the right time. Okay. I completely agree, because as you said, they're making tons of money, but how many times have we read that an athlete has just gotten this billion-dollar package and they no longer have any money?
Yeah. And because they're not the right person at the right place at the right time, because our money is affected by our emotions and our emotions are affected by money. If you are It's from fear, anger, sadness, joy, trust. If a person has a lot of money, they might feel happiness and joy, right? But a person who does not will feel stress and anxiety about not paying their bills. So our finances trigger an emotional response. Let me give you an example. A woman confessed that she's a shopaholic. So when she feels stressed, she starts to buy things. So, and then to prevent her husband finding out, she puts it up. She's the one who pays the bills. But she's risking, number one, her relationship with her husband, because what's the number one cause of divorce?
Money.
Yep. All right. And she's losing money. Boredom is an emotion. People spend a lot of money when they're bored. Another woman told me that she has more clothes in her closet than she can wear. Her closets are so packed that she begins to put purchases on the floor, but she buys more. A guy would buy video games compulsively. He said, I just like the act of buying it. It gives me power. His wife divorced him, but that's old. So we've all done stupid things, dumb things with our money. And in every instance, these dumb things were a product of our psychological emotional impulse. We weren't acting rationally. Grief, depression can cause you. A good friend of mine was going through a divorce, and she just said, I'm going to let him have everything. And we were like, girl, she said, because I'm just so tired. And we said, okay, you tired, but we're not. So just let us help you through this. But she was about to give up everything because of her emotion. I talked to another person, lost an inheritance because she was upset. So that's the first thing, Crystal. So we can talk about all the principles, and I will give you some to do. But that is the biggest thing, is you have to learn what is holding you back. What emotion are you involved when you make a financial decision? When you make a decision I know nobody would do any of this, but one lady made a decision to borrow from her 401k to go on a trip because with her friends, because she didn't want her friends to know that she didn't have any money. So she borrowed.
Oh, see, my goodness.
I'm telling you, that's an emotional problem. And so the first thing I tell my clients to do is, let's talk about what your habits, what are your beliefs? What do you really feel about yourself? Do you even really feel that you deserve wealth? Because if you don't feel you deserve wealth, guess what? You're not going to get any. I'm telling you the truth. Okay.
So
there's
Tanya,
a lot.
Based on what you just said, so do some of our conceptions come from our families? How our mothers and fathers dealt with money as well?
Oh, it all comes from that. It comes from our families. It comes from people we're listening to. Well, my brother, he said that I should buy term insurance. I'm just using that as an example. I have nothing against term insurance, but I'm just using it for an example. But him and his family believe in generational wealth. But term insurance is not designed for generational wealth. But someone told him that's what he should do. Susie Norman, the mother guys, because their surroundings maybe is different than ours. I believe in generational wealth. So yeah, Crystal, a lot has to do with with how we've been raised. I mean, that's how I became who I am. My mother spent a lot of money on her wants versus her needs, and it's a whole long story. And when you get to know me, I'll tell you, because it gets real deep on how I even decided when I was young that I wanted to be rich. It all came from emotions that I had as a child. There's and a lot of people have this emotion right here: love and belonging needs. Your desire to be accepted. So you create a habit of spending to keep up with your friends and family. Your old folks used to always say, you can't don't try to keep up with the Joneses. Well, there's some financial psychology behind that,
Wow.
So that's one area. Some people, I'll step on some toes here, how some people spend $10,000 for their children's wedding and they put it on a credit card. What is that? If that is not an emotional issue, right?
Right, exactly. And because a better investment would obviously be to help your children be able to buy their first home, right? Instead of putting that on, all that money on a wedding, then, because for our children, it's going to be very difficult for them to buy property. And that would be the first investment, I would say,
Yeah,
that a parent would want to do. But, you have to sit down and you got to talk about it.
yeah.
But,
And,
yeah.
and you just said something. Does it happen when you're a child? What messages are you sending your children when you buy things that you can't afford, and then you feel anxiety? They feel your anxiety when you can't pay your bills. So that's the first area, and that's where financial illiteracy comes from. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So let me give some principles. How much time do I have?
Another 10 minutes.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go here then. I could talk a lot, but I'm gonna go to
and I see the women of wealth here. Their mindsets have changed. They used to hate to talk about money. After joining WOW, they're excited about their finances. They find that the accountability is huge. That's pretty awesome because those are life changing things going on within these individuals. That's on point, Miss Tanya.
well, we're having fun. I'm telling you, we are like, we're having so much fun. I mean, okay, so the first principle is you pay yourself first. If you pay yourself first, you said, what can we do? All right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna skip risk a second. I'm gonna go back up here 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Let me just get here. Let's go to the pay yourself first. Okay. All right. The first thing you do is to pay yourself first. Okay. You pay yourself first, and pay God first. Cause like I said, I'm a faith woman.
You do your tithing. That's
Yeah,
important because that's what we
that
learn
really
as
works.
children.
Yeah, a lot of people don't really think it does, but it does. All right.
Yeah.
Paying yourself first is the surest way to increase your net worth. That's what you have to do. So even though you're going through the COVID things, if you pay you first, you get your paycheck, and I don't care. You pay you first. Then you pay everything else. Do it like the IRS does. Don't they take money out of your account before you see it?
Yeah, they do. They take it. They're paying themselves first.
Right.
Now, one of the things I did during COVID to pay myself first was I, opened up an investment account, and so every week, a certain amount of money comes out and goes into an account that I can then use to purchase any stocks that I want, or to put it in a savings type of plan. So that's something that I kind of incorporated last year.
And that is so smart. And so when I told you to pay yourself first, I said you have all kind of buckets. First, you're going to save you're going to save $1,000. Then you have to start saving for 3 months of living expenses. Then you have to start with 6 months of living expenses. Okay, COVID taught us that. All right.
Yes, it did.
And if you are self-employed, it's 12 to 18 months. So how are you going to? I mean, and again, I'm not against having fun, but if you don't have at least first of all, if you don't have $1,000 saved, you need to get another job and figure it out. I mean, sometimes we have to do that. Sometimes we have to reinvent ourselves. Sometimes we have to maybe do some babysitting. I think some parents would be happy for you to come get their kids and take them somewhere else. But you got to make yourself your first bill. Like I said, if you pay everyone else first, you'll never get financial freedom. But how do you pay yourself first? People say, well, how do I do that? It's because you make it automatic. Let me see where my automatic is.
And there's so many nowadays, Tanya, there's so many apps that you can use that can deduct money straight from or move money. You can move money from your account into your PayPal account or somewhere. You know, when people reimburse me from on a cash app, I just leave it sitting over there because that's
Yeah.
like becomes my savings. If somebody's reimbursing me or paying me something, I
Yeah.
just send it through my cash app, and now it's being saved over there. And when I need it, then I can move it over into my account.
Exactly. And the key to paying yourself first, because I always tell people, I said, you know, you don't have to make a lot of money to be rich. You really, really don't. You know, because actually, the more money you make, what happens?
You
The more
spend
you spend. Okay. You know, you have a car, now you want a new car. You have a house, now you want a 2-story. You know, you have clothes, now you want more. So that's why I say it's not about the money. It's not about the income. It is one about the psychology of it, but it's two about there's some actual principles. See, there's a science to getting rich, and I don't have enough time to even tell you about it. So definitely contact me because there is a science to getting rich.
So how does one become if you are female? And then we're going to talk about you establishing a males group. But how does one become a member and a part of the Women of Worthy? That seems like that's an awesome program. So
Yes.
is it ongoing or do you
Oh yeah,
have
it's ongoing.
time
You can
frames?
tell me at any time, and I do this. And guess how much it is? It's only $200 a month. Why y'all get all quiet?
We're listening.
I'm just diving. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
But if you're teaching them to save thousands and thousands of dollars, that's
And
a
it wouldn't be
worthwhile
right.
investment.
It'd be worth it, right? Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right. Well, before anybody hangs up, let me just show you. To become a Women Worthy of Wealth, to get into the group, I'll put it in the chat, but the website is www.worthyofwealth.net, and that will give you all what you need to get in. Okay. But it's $9.95 a month. Let me look at your face.
Wow, that you can't beat that, man. $9.95 a month, Tanya.
That's it.
Oh wow.
That's it. And I know people, you know, I have mentors and people and stuff in my network, and they say, Tanya, that's just not enough money. You just wasting your time. They just fuss at me. But you know what? I said, yeah, it is, because when women win, we all win.
That's right.
Right.
When women win, the men win. You had a couple of ladies on the call, on the chat. The men are calling me up saying, thank you for helping my wife.
So she can stop shopping.
So she can stop shopping. So I'll put it in the chat again. I don't know where I put the chat, but yeah.
I just put it in there for you.
Yes, women.
I put your contact information. Women Worthy of Wealth. Yeah.
Let me make sure that's the right. I know that's it, but yeah. I think that's
it. So guys, give Tanya a call. I tell you, this is a really good time for you to really be making these moves. And I know, we have learned a lot during COVID. That one, first thing we learned is that we can live without a whole lot of stuff, right?
Isn't that the truth?
That's the first thing we've learned. And so this is I call COVID a reset button, like the redo button. Yes. So now you can start fresh and say, okay, I'm going to take, even if you're putting down $25 a week, put that away. Yes. That becomes $100 a month. And as that increases, and then you can go and in order to get comfortable. But you're absolutely right. Paying yourself first, creating household budgets and personal budgets and business budgets are good ways to start. Just getting get control. And Tanya, I love that you said that it's a psychological and an emotional place. So being able to sit down and talk with someone like Tanya to help you work through why you do what you do and why you treat money the way you treat money.
Right. Yeah, because once you understand that, all these other principles will just be so easy. It's so easy. But you got to understand why you do what you do first. You really got to understand the psychology, and once you understand that, you guys, ladies and gentlemen, you will be able to be wealthy, and you'll be able to have the lifestyle you want. You'll be able to have the financial freedom. You really, really would. I did not come from money. Not at all. Okay. We ate bacon and eggs for breakfast. I mean, for dinner. I thought it was just because I thought it was good. It wasn't until I got older that I found out because we had no money.
Wait, we didn't have money, Mama?
Where's our money? Because she was spending it. But yeah, you guys, thank you. But all these principles, yeah, Crystal, you know, when people start treating savings like an expense, you know, you pay your bills, but treat your savings like an expense. I pay me.
Right.
I don't care if nobody else get paid. I'm getting paid.
Right.
And then you know what this allows you to do? It allows you to borrow from yourself. That's
Yes.
how, and we could come back another time and talk about risk management, because there's so many different areas, Crystal, and Gilbert. But I borrowed for myself. I bought my office across the street, and I had to put a really stupid amount down, like 40%. I was able to go through some tax-free programs that I had that it didn't matter that the market had crashed because my money wouldn't go down with it. And I was able to borrow from myself and pay myself back. And I'll pay myself back 18% interest. I'm now paying Chase for 18% interest. So that's
right.
it.
No, I like
Love
that.
it. Love it. Love it.
And I like number 11 where it says adopt a millionaire mindset. I love that because
Yeah.
if you put yourself there, then I think everything else is going to follow. It's like if you see yourself in business, then that's exactly what's going to happen. You're going to manifest that business. So that's basically what you're saying, right? Manifest that millionaire mindset. But millionaires are very, very they challenge themselves and they have steps and discipline in order to become a millionaire and stay a millionaire. It's part of you can become a millionaire, but the key is to be able to stay a millionaire.
And one thing I'd like to add to what Tanya is saying, one thing I want to add to what Tanya is saying is that in our lives, we need to establish milestones. Milestones will help you a lot, especially when what Tanya is saying about, you know, putting aside X amount of dollars per week or per month for yourself. Establish milestones and say, okay, in 12 months, this is what I want. This is where I want. This is what I want to achieve. This will get you guys there. Trust me. Trust me. It will.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Right,
And
Don?
I just want to leave with just 4 things that wealthy people do well. And one, they manage risk better. I have a whole thing on risk, so I really got to come back and do that because people do not do risk planning. Like, I'll give an example. There are programs out there that if you get sick, will pay your income, will pay your office building, will pay everything. That's part of risk management.
Yes.
Wealthy people manage risk better.
That is
manage
true.
taxes better. There's tax-free programs people are not aware of. They manage cash flow. There's some techniques on how to manage your cash flow. They manage costs.
Right.
And it makes them feel better. And then they look for predictable guarantees when markets are high. You think they're not into guarantees, they are. So those are the things I just could leave you with. But yeah, $9.95 a month.
That is so beautiful.
I am going to become a member of Women Worthy of Wealth for $9.95 a month. I think
wow.
I just think it's fantastic. And so I'm challenging other women that are on this call that are not already part of Women's of Wealth that are watching this call and watching this show, and also those
that after I boost the show and you guys hear that it only costs you $9.95 to build wealth, you want to jump on over there and also join. And then maybe we're going to challenge the men to reach out to Miss Tanya Mackey and be able to set up a program for yourselves so that you too can acquire wealth. I think it's absolutely fantastic. And as I told you guys before we started the show, that Tanya, she don't just walk, she don't just talk the talk, she actually walks the talk. So this is through her experiences and she's sharing it with you. And Tanya, I want to thank you for inviting all your ladies to chit chat with us, and it's been fun. We're definitely going to have you back, and I love the fact that about managing risk, because everybody was kind of thrown off during COVID, but we didn't have a plan to address risk. And crises are going to happen every single day. So how are we going to be prepared for the next crisis?
Right, because it's going to come. This is not it. This ain't the last crisis you're going to see.
Yeah.
But we're going to be prepared for the next one, right?
Yes, we're going to be prepared for the next crisis, and we're going to handle it in stride and do what we need to do to make sure that that we're okay after we come out. And if you look at it, companies that do mitigate risk, they're doing fine.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. Wealthy people manage risk better than anyone else. That's the key. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sounds good. Well, you have been absolutely awesome. So again, guys, the information is on the screen. Contact Tanya Mackey at www.womenworthyofwealth.net at $9.95 per month, and sign up today so that you can, by 2021, you are heading on the pathway to wealth.
Crystal, can I put my telephone number in the chat so if anyone wants to text me?
Yes, by all means. Gilbert will plug it on in for you.
Gilbert, it's 310.
Yes.
923. 8640.
Beautiful.
So they want to text me their email or anything. So 310-923-8640. Yes.
Perfect. Thank you.
Tanya, you will see this show is on our YouTube channel. And so I'm going to ask everyone that's in the chat, has been chatting, if you will go over to the Business Zone with Crystal and Gilbert and hit the subscribe button. Tanya, we have these kind of conversations going on the Business Zone every Friday afternoon at 3 o'clock. Last week, Gilbert and I did a fantastic show on acquiring and building a business credit, corporate credit. And so those are just some of the shows that we've done during the month of February. Next week, we have someone coming in to talk about nonprofits. Amber Wynn, she's going to come over and talk about how to structure and make sure your nonprofit has all the money that it needs in order to service the community and the programs that your nonprofit is working on behalf of. So we want to thank everyone. So again, if everyone would go over to our YouTube channel, that's the Business Zone with Crystal and Gilbert, and hit the subscribe button and the notification, and we'll keep you informed as well, because we're going to have Tanya come back.
For sure.
Risk, because I think that's a good conversation to have. And I'm sure Tanya got a wealth of information and knowledge that she's accumulated over that 38 years she's been in business. And we love having you. Text WOW women, WOW to 228-28 for the exclusive 10 ways to save. See, Tanya's got a virtual receptionist as well.
No, I need some help. So,
Gilbert,
yes,
that is awesome. So, Gilbert, what's going on for you this week?
Well, this week, as usual, I have a program that I'm the lead business coach for over at Vermont Slauson Economic Development Center. We've got 40 participants in a program called Legacy Business Program. We help small businesses to become business ready, contract ready, and bank loan ready. And we've got a platform where they get to store their documents and access those documents in seconds so that they can be ready for opportunities and don't get hit over the head like you did with COVID. So that's what we do.
Right.
That's what we do. So that's what's coming up this week, this coming week. How
Oh,
about
okay.
how about you, Crystal? What you got going?
I have kids that are submitting their business plans and for a competition that they are doing, and we're excited. They actually they just did a fantastic thing this week. They submitted their pitch on Monday for a regional competition with a grand prize about $10,000, and now they submitting this weekend because May 1st, actually my birthday, they're going to be competing on for the Union Bank YEC, which is the Youth Entrepreneurship Challenge, and
Hmm.
they're going to compete against 50 other kids. We have 15 kids that were participating in the program, and we're really excited at all the hard work that they have done. And we're just excited that they were able to complete a business plan, and now they're pitching that business plan. So that's what I got going on, Gilbert.
Beautiful.
Biz Camp is coming up in July, so we're doing open enrollment for Biz Camp. We also thank you, Tiffany, and we also have what else do we have? We also have a tech program that the kids, all these are free summer camps for our kids. And then anybody have any teenagers that are going to college? I got some friends that got some scholarships that they're looking to give out to our children. So reach out to me at 213-458-5952 and press 1 to speak to Crystal, and I will provide you with that information. We got to do everything that we need to do to make sure our children's future is secure. So to reach Crystal, dial 213-458-5952, and I'll help you out there. But this has been a fantastic show. Thank
Well,
you.
Crystal, for your upcoming. Oh, that is
Yeah.
crazy.
What happened?
I'll take a pass because I'm hearing a lot of noise in the background there. I was gonna.
Gilbert,
Yeah. Yes. That.
someone just texted me and they said, I'm in Gilbert's legacy program.
Oh, who is that?
Yeah.
Who is that?
Mona Lisa?
Mona. Hi, Mona. How you doing? Mona,
Wow.
Mona is in a great program, and now that you did a shout out, Mona, I'm gonna take special care of you.
Yes. Mona and I have been friends since we were the 3rd grade.
Oh
Oh,
wow,
wow.
that's
Yes.
amazing. That is
A
amazing.
mover and a shaker. So I
Yes.
see why she's in the program.
Oh
Yes.
yes. Oh, I'll make sure that Mona get the top of the line. As a matter of fact, I already enroll her in the premium program of SmallBizPro. So,
Uh-oh.
so now we're gonna take her to the next level.
Thank you.
Wow, look at that. Just everybody connected and connected. But we want to thank your wow ladies for participating and coming out to support you and to also making and supporting our show as well. We're very thrilled and thank you guys so much. And so again, make sure you guys go over. You're tuned into the Business Zone with Crystal and Gilbert. And we are just asking you to go over to our YouTube channel and hit the subscribe button and the notification button, and then come back and join us next Monday. No, I'm sorry.
Next Friday.
Friday. Next Friday on April 30th. To the Business Zone, and also coming over and wish me a happy birthday. My birthday's on Saturday, but you can come and wish me a happy birthday on Friday.
Well, I wanted to say,
Oh.
Crystal, that that beautiful vacation island behind Miss Tanya Mackey right there. Maybe you could spend your birthday over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that idea. I like that idea because you guys know I went to Cancun and I was ready to just take my laptop over there and work from there.
That's the beautiful thing about it, right?
That's right.
That's why I'm going to join the women of wealth so I can be able to work remotely from Cancun.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Well, thank you so much,
Thank
Miss
you so
Mackey.
much.
This has been a pleasure meeting you in person, in the flesh, and
Yeah.
you are a dynamo. So I'm gonna spread the word. I'm gonna let everyone know as much as we can. We've got your contact information
Yes,
here,
thank you.
and remember the show will be posted on YouTube and on Facebook. So you can go to YouTube. There'll be a video there, and they can just download it and pass it on to everyone that they can.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much again.
Yeah, I'll make sure I tag you on Facebook, but I'll send you actually the YouTube link. I just got to go in and
Okay.
edit and put the information in the chat room
Okay.
and of the show. So I'll make sure that happens to you for this afternoon.
Thank
So
you.
guys, we just want to thank everyone. We're gonna sign off. Gilbert, you're gonna hit our exit.
Oh yeah. Let me know.
Alrighty,
Let me know when you're ready.
all righty.
Thank
So
you, ladies.
everyone have
Thank
a
you.
great weekend. Remember, we still are not out of the pandemic. We still have COVID is still out there roaming around. So make sure you're masked up, social distance, and wash your hands. We want you to be able to enjoy your wealth, but you got to be here to do that. So make sure you're protected. All righty, Mr. Gilbert, Mr. Gilly Buchanan, we are
That-
signing off.
We are out.
All right. Bye-bye.
As a small biz pro, I saw we roll, using procurement, program and control. As a small biz pro, I saw we grow, using procurement, program and control. I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur.
All righty then.